Divine Romance, Chapter 5. Behold, no inconsistencies are here, said one of the angels, resuming his quiet inquiry. In our realm, in the invisibles, there are no counterparts, but here, in man's realm, in the visible world, all things have counterparts. So, it is a natural thing for man to also have a counterpart. The angel rose to his full height, as one about to bring to conclusion a great mystery. It is a matter of visible or not visible. Though man is the image of God, he is visible, and God is invisible. Therein lies the difference. Invisible, spiritual, no mate. Visible, physical, a mate. Still, wondered the audience of one that stood beside him, still, if the image can have a mate, why then cannot God, the original, have a mate? And besides, man is not just of the physical realm, he is partly of the spiritual. He is not wholly like the animals, He glows. The whispered conversation ended abruptly. As the Lord worked, the form of the new being was becoming discernible. Suddenly, one of the archangels, the angel of light, moved through the throng and approached the Lord. A murmur of astonishment rose from the heavenly host. That anyone would intrude upon the Lord at such a moment was quite unangelic. Might I form in words what each of us has asked within our spirits? You may, replied the Lord. You are fashioning for man a counterpart. Will you also create for yourself a counterpart? Consternation broke out in angelic ranks. Never had such conduct been seen, nor a question so inappropriate been conceived, and surely never had such a question ever been asked. The Lord's answer came unnervingly calm. Creation is ended. How can I create when creation is over? No, by the immutability of my own nature and the sureness of my word, the matter of creating is forever ended. There was a finality in this declaration that ended all questions. The archangel relaxed, but all the other angels tensed. No, came the Lord's voice, again so calm, so quiet, that angels strained to hear. Neither men nor I, he paused, neither men nor any other shall have a counterpart from out of this creation. Creating has ended. Furthermore, you may mark this hour, the last counterpart this creation will ever see. He now turned to address the archangel face to face. It would necessitate a whole new creation, and therefore the end of this one, to perform so grand a deed. Nor could I ever have a created counterpart. Kind after my kind would necessarily have to be uncreated, would it not? For I am uncreated. Nonetheless, the conversation ended. The Lord returned to his work. The archangel, his curiosity somewhat assuaged, returned to his appointed place above the angels and beside the throne. Now, more intently than ever, the builder returned to fashioning the shimmering, glowing form that had been only moments before but the rib of a man. Quite abruptly, unexpectedly, he stopped. So perfect was his stillness, it chilled the heavenly host. Slowly, at first, imperceptibly, the light within the Lord began to brighten, and it grew brighter, yet as a revelation within him intensified. The angelic alarm broke out as this growing light began to envelope first the angels, then the earth, then the galaxy. Upward, outward, the light soared until its brightness had swallowed up all visible creation. There was no question, not since the moment when God first conceived of creating had the brightness of revelation known such brilliance. Still higher and brighter the light ascended, pouring into the heavenly places, filling every crevice of the invisible realms. The length and breadth of creation was now swallowed up in the glory of the light of God, as he considered this matter of a counterpart. The angels crumbled in terror before such brightness. Their own spirits, now immersed in God, began to touch the thought of God. They were drowning in bursts of spiraling revelation. Slowly, the revelation subsided, giving angels a moment to wonder what ultimate thought had coursed through God's being. What masterpiece might have fallen from his hand? At last they could pierce the light and see again the face of God. Upon that face was etched exaltation and joy. Whispered one angel as he staggered to his appointed place. He has contemplated man's counterpart. He has seen her in the eye of his mind. But somewhere beyond that sight, methinks, he has glimpsed a higher, far greater revelation. But what? 'Tis mystery hidden in unapproachable light, rejoined another. Now it was with trembling hands that the builder did build and mold and fashion and mold again. And while the being he fashioned took on its final form, awed and dumbfounded angels fell once more to their knees at the sight of the wonder before them. One angel most irreverently cried aloud the thoughts of all. He is not making another Ish. This one is alike, yet different, as the lioness is to the lion, as is the out of man. But never, never, cried the wayward angel, was lion or lioness so beautiful as this. Another angel broke the confession of constraints. Nor was even man so beautiful as this, he exclaimed. With that, the vaults of heaven broke open, and in one full-throated shout, all heaven began to proclaim, never was nor ever shall be as beautiful a thing as she. All hosts in heaven's courts, all creatures on earth and sod, it matters not the tribe nor race, one sight alone can be more beautiful than she. It is the face of God. That's the end of chapter